All right, let's dive into the first pillar, vision. Vision. Vision is essentially where you want to go and what you want to accomplish. Vision. In this regard, we can say goals, ambitions, dreams. I don't just want to call them fantasies because we all know fantasies are essentially dreams with no plan, right? So vision. There's a reason why you see what you see when you dream. There's a reason why you sense what you sense in prayer. The vision. You have a vision. Every kingdom leader ought to have vision. And if you don't have vision, just get before the Lord because that's where he's going to give you vision, okay? A couple points on vision. Number one, vision will always impact and involve other people. So if the vision that you have right now only impacts you and your little sphere, I guarantee you it is not a vision from God. God's vision will always rally people. It will always serve others, okay? Vision is, once again, where you want to go and what you want to accomplish, what you see. A couple of verses that I love about vision is in Habakkuk 2, it says, write the vision and make it plain. Write it down. Literally write it down. Write the vision and make it plain. So what this looks like for me on these vision trips that I do with my wife, and then I do it throughout the year as well, is I literally get an old moleskin journal and I just write down everything that I see and I sense in the spirit. The goals, the dreams that I have, all the way from 1 year to 5 year to the end of my life type vision. I just, with no limits, if money weren't an option, if people's opinions, weren't at play, if your current position, it didn't matter, just take off the lid, remove the limits and write it down. Write the vision and make it plain. Proverbs 29:18 says this, where there is no revelation or vision, the people perish. That word perish means to run without restraint, to run without boundaries or confines. Like some of y'all need those bumpers at the bowling alley, to run without guardrails. In other words, to run without discipline. Maybe you have found yourself there right now. You're running without parameters on your life. You show me someone with no discipline, and I'll show you someone probably with a lack of vision and vice versa, right? So I want to encourage you to solidify that vision or those goals that you have. Therefore, it will help you establish some discipline in your life. Where there is no vision, the people run without restraint. Organizational leaders, your team and the people, your clients, congregants, customers, whatever, they will begin to write vision if you don't provide a clear enough vision, right? And then also if you don't communicate your vision clearly. So maybe the problem isn't a lack of vision, it's a lack of communication to said vision. That's why it says write it, make it plain so that he who reads it may run with it, right? Okay, so where there is no vision, the people perish, and we need to write it down and make it plain. There might just be something to those old school 80s and 90s vision boards that some of us had growing up. There might just be something to that because the law of familiarity says that we drift towards that which we are familiar with, right? We'll get into more of that in the next video. But I want to encourage you, literally write it down, okay? I don't just mean write it on Facebook because you out there sharing your dreams while someone else might be living a nightmare. And so if you're not secure enough in the dream, you might feel, a little bit discouraged when you share the dream that God has spoken to you, but that's a whole nother thing. Okay, so Habakkuk 2:2 and then Proverbs 29:18. So vision also does this. It helps you stay focused and disciplined on saying yes and no to the right things. A lot of us oftentimes we live in this place of no management because we're not sure or we're not confident in the vision that we have for our lives and our organizations. So we say yes to every single opportunity. We're not saying yes to only God's assignments and the right priorities. We're saying yes to everything. And then it keeps us on that busy cycle and we don't actually move anything forward. The best thing you can do is to get clearly God's vision for your life and or your organization. And that way it helps you say yes to the right things and no to the wrong things.